Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Monday, December 30th. So glad you could join us. I'm Sandy Dean. A 22-year-old man is this island's 49th murder victim. Following a shooting incident at Redmond's Village, St. Thomas, 22-year-old Kurt Boyne succumbed to his injuries at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Close relatives are still in shock, and they told Barbados Today Kurt was not a troublemaker, but hardworking and admired by those who knew him. In other news this Monday, some of the island's new garbage trucks hit the roads today, much to the relief of Barbadians in several communities. Our news team caught up with SSA workers as they were making their rounds in Adams Castle, Christchurch. Later in Vauxhall, Christchurch, residents welcomed one of the new trucks as SSA Public Relations Officer Carl Padmore visited the area.
I saw when all the garage picking up. I grateful.
For you as a supervisor, how do you feel about the new trucks?
I'm happy with them so far. First day working good. Look like we get a lot done. So we're hoping for the new year, everything's going to be on point.
The geriatric hospital at Beccles Road, St. Michael, will from tomorrow allow visits to wards which were temporarily closed 3 weeks ago following an outbreak of a viral illness. However, the daycare program will resume on Monday, January 6. Management at the hospital said the virus has been contained, but they have advised visitors who are experiencing coughs, runny nose, or fever to refrain from visiting or attending hospital services until all symptoms have cleared up. Grieving relatives of Beverley Lady Walrond struggled to hold back the tears today as hundreds gathered at the chapel of the Coral Ridge Memorial Gardens to reflect on the life of the legal professional who died tragically earlier this month. Acting Governor General Sir Kenneth Hewitt, Prime Minister Mia Mottley, Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson, Attorney General Dale Marshall, and members of the legal fraternity led the large gathering that attended the Thanksgiving service. Lady Walrond was described as a loving wife to her husband of 46 years, Sir Errol Mickey Walrond, a devoted mother and loving grandmother. Her daughter Maya Johnston says her mother always gave her family the best.
She was quite sure that we would never be taught by rote. She wanted us to be well-rounded, and she spent countless hours ferrying us around to tennis and swimming and ballet and the dance theater, you name it. All the while really sacrificing her precious time that she needed to build a legal practice. She also thought it was really important that we love the skin that we were in. She set the example for supporting and championing Black excellence, always putting heroes in front of us and showing us examples like Nelson Mandela's, etc. It still sticks with me that no matter how I protested my undying love for Andre Agassi, she insisted that Yannick Noah must be the one that we cheer for.
Small Business and Commerce Minister Dwight Sutherland is urging credit unions to get on board with government's effort to boost the island's small and medium-sized enterprises. Speaking at Lifetime Cooperative Credit Union's 30th anniversary celebrations at the weekend, Sutherland says entrepreneurs need greater access to financing, and the credit union movement was in a good position to provide such services.
There's increasing need for financing in the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector, especially with respect to young people. This can be seen as a promising base for membership. At the level of the local community, the presence of the credit union can add considerable trust and value to the drive behind entrepreneurship and the micro business environment. A loan service provided that includes training as a condition and is designed to develop and promote entrepreneurship, especially to target and empower young people with creative and innovative skills who may be seeking funding to help them turn their ideas into product, is most desirable. Such a business facilitation product, especially targeting young men, may go a far way not only to empower them financially, but also to help mitigate some of the challenges of the social dislocation that now exists within the communities across Barbados.
There's regional and international news after this short break. Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, the Jamaica Teachers Association is again calling on the government to address the high number of teachers leaving the country to take up jobs overseas. Here's Prince Moore of Television Jamaica with the details.
In August 2019, the Ministry of Education said the system loses about 750 teachers annually. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, Owen Speed, says more teachers will be leaving Jamaica during the first half of 2020. Therefore, he wants the government to come up with an aggressive plan to tackle the brain drain in the teaching profession.
I don't think enough has been done over the past few years to stem the migration of teachers. And indeed, what we know is that there will be some teachers who will be leaving our shores even within the next month or so. And we expect that some will leave sometime in April, as well as somewhere down in June, we'll lose another set. So what we are seeing is that there will continue to be that brain drain in the teaching services.
On the international front, the Iraqi Prime Minister today condemned U.S. airstrikes on bases of Iranian-backed Iraqi militia. More in this report from Reuters Television.
The American airstrikes in Iraq and Syria on Sunday that targeted a powerful militia group, a militia backed by Iran, have killed or wounded scores of its members, according to Reuters sources, and lays bare a crisis for Iraq's government because those fighters were formally part of Baghdad's own armed forces. The Prime Minister, Adel Abdel-Mahdi, has condemned the strikes. He says it will have dangerous consequences. The militia group's supporters in Parliament and religious establishment are calling it an attack on the country's sovereignty.
There are American lives at risk, and today what we did was take a decisive response.
Washington says the strikes were revenge for the death of an American civilian contractor in a rocket attack at a joint U.S.-Iraqi military base blamed on the group. Fighters killed were part of a coalition known as the Popular Mobilization Forces. The PMF are veterans of the campaign to defeat Islamic State and are part of Iraq's security apparatus, but are also a big proxy of Iran.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mixed 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.